like a hurricane. Duckbird, race past lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Every day that I've been in DuckTales. Tales of daring and DuckTales. Danger behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab on to the sun. DuckTales. Every day that I'm in making DuckTales. Tales of daring, you bad and good DuckTales. Not ponytails or counting tails, no DuckTales. My peoples, my peoples. This is the goofiest of the Oofiest, the podcast. MS, salute. Age of 17, salute. What's the deal, my peoples? Yeah, that notification, bullshit. But we on it. We on it, my peoples. We here. We here. And y'all know what we're going to talk about, right? Y'all know who we're going to talk about. Y'all know what situation we're going to talk about. Mr. Mauricio Sulaiman, who decided to strip Terrence Crawford of his WBC title. And he did so because Crawford refused to pay the $300,000 sanctioning fee that Mauricio wanted. And that's been a topic of conversation. A lot of people been just going over it, going back and forth. People have different opinions. You know, some people say, hey, no, Crawford got to pay it. That's the right thing to do. Everybody pays it. And then some people feel like, no, wait a minute, that's too much money. Why the other sanctioning bodies took a lesser amount? And Mauricio feels like, no, we got to get more than everybody else. So, you know, it's hard to get a group of people who everybody agree on this topic. Because, like I said, you know, people are divided about how the whole situation should have played out. So, naturally, here on Goofiest of the Oofiest, the podcast, we're going to address it. And in this case, I'm going to be sending the link. Holy shit is, man. How the hell do I put the link into these comments? I got to figure this out. Because I want you guys to say whatever you have to say about Mauricio Sulaiman. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? What are your thoughts? MSN chat. I want to put it in chat, but I don't. Let me see something. I don't have an option to do it off of my phone. How the hell do I put it in the chat, my peoples? Somebody here got to tell me how to do that part. I got the link ready to go because I could share it on other social media platforms. But this mofo don't give me the option to share it in the chat. The goofiest of the goofiest. Charging crazy. And the WBC belt ain't even mean much no more. Like Buzz said, the Ring Magazine belt is the real belt. Listen, man, this whole situation, I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I say it could be the beginning of a big downfall for the WBC. Just type it in the chat. No, no. Share the link with y'all. Let me see. Okay, so let me see who's gonna be ready for this smoke. That's the IG, my people, right there. Hit me up in the IG, and I'll send the link on DM. Let me know, my people, who's the first one ready for that smoke. And if a few of you hit me up, I'll go ahead and send the link, and we'll just go back to back. J underscore Smith underscore 134. There you have it right there, my people. Hit me up on DM. I'll send you the link. And listen, the whole objective here is you're going to have a whole minute to express whatever you want to express about Mauricio Sulaiman. It's all on you. Here we go. Somebody's about to get this link right now. Hold on, my people. Somebody wants this smoke. You just type in the chat. Here we go. Facts. Here we go, my people. The first person is going to chime in to let us know their thought on Mauricio Sulaiman. My boy, you're going to have a whole minute to express yourself. You're the first person to have a minute on Goofiest of the Oofiest. Now, you're going to let us know, do you feel like Terrence Crawford is the Goofiest of the Oofiest, or is Mauricio Sulaiman? Here you go, my boy. Introduce yourself, where you calling in from, and say what you got to say, my guy. You got a whole minute. Bam.
What's going on, Jay Smith?
What's the deal, family?
So, I have to say, Mauricio Sulaiman, he has a lot of things that he needs to question. He needs to definitely re-talk to his people, but I am not very happy with what he's doing. He needs to make some changes, and I think $300,000 is way too much. No other belt sanctioning fees charging that. Why do you think you're special? The ring mag belt's the real belt anyway, so there's nothing there for you, man. There's Um, he's a scum. He's scamming. Um,
Oh, according to Agent
he's
17, what say you is Mauricio Sulaiman the
he's
goofiest
just not the
of the
real deal.
oofiest?
Mauricio Sulaiman. We need somebody else there in charge of the WBC.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Agent 17, salute, my brother. Bam! There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Agent 17, first caller. He let it be known. Mauricio Sulaiman, according to Agent 17, is the goofiest of the oofiest. You guys, like I say, you guys have a whole minute to express yourself. You're gonna say what you gotta say. You're gonna say what you think. This is not scripted. None of us have had a previous conversation. So when you guys call it, I don't know what you're gonna say. And by the way, you don't have to call in with the camera. If you want to call in with your camera turned on, with your camera do that. You never give to the fighters. So why in this case, yo, somebody did the math. In 10 years, the sanctioning body has given like $900,000. In 10 years, they've given about $900,000 to the fighters. So how do you expect me to believe that off of this one fight, you was gonna give 275,000 out of the 300 to the fighters when you never do that? You actually give a minute percentage, a very small percentage to the fighters. So if you're not giving money to the fighters like that, out of those sanctioning fees, why now you're saying out of Terrence Crawford's money you was gonna give 275%, 275,000, the overwhelming majority of that money? Come on, man, that's cap. Of course that's cap. John Parent, how do they break the money down? I mean, look, man, I'm gonna put it to you like this, and this is very easy for me to see it that way. The president of the WBC prior to Mauricio Sulaiman was his pops. It was his father. And now he's the president. And guess what? They probably preparing his son to be the next president. Where am I going with it? It's a family business. It's a family business. And there's little things that you ignore until a big situation happens, and then you start thinking about it. You start like, damn, we ignore it, but we know about it. It's a family business that they got going on. And you know that there's always going to be personal interests when many decisions are made. The WBC is a family business, a Mexican family business. Canelo's the face of Mexican boxing, one of the champions that's giving them the most money. So you would kind of expect them to do the family business thing as opposed to what they supposed to. That's just me. That's just me. And the crazy thing about all this, my peoples, you can't even look for Mauricio Sulaiman's net worth. If you try to Google his net worth, there's no way for you to know. You can't. You can't even know how much that man is worth. Now you think about how many celebrities is out there, and all these celebrities wish you don't know how much they worth or you don't know how much they got. There's some that do, but a lot of them wish you didn't know. Mauricio Sulaiman, you Google his net worth, that shit come out like, oh, it's not known what his net worth really is. There's no answer for this question. Ain't nobody got an answer for Mauricio Sulaiman. Look how them people moving right there. Agent 17. MS, they need that funding so they can hit the Salt Poppy restaurant every trip. Listen, man, the way that they move is straight up mafia like. That's how they move. Mafia like. Brascarov. This behavior makes me question why so many belts, organized crime, RICO. Mauricio better stay out of the US. I mean, the people, they operating at the highest levels, man. They operating when you can't even Google his net worth. perspective as well. People want to see Terrence Crawford pay. But to be honest with you, my people, most of the folks that I've seen saying that they want Terrence Crawford to pay and that the sanctioning body's right, and most of them had Canelo knocking Crawford out. Most of them had Canelo knocking Crawford out. So, do you simply feel just like Mauricio Sulaiman because Canelo got beat? And that's why, Crawford got to pay, Crawford got to pay. But is it really about Crawford having to get to pay, or is it just he beat up Canelo and that's not what you was expecting? It feels that way. Age is 17. We got to get Mauricio versus Crawford for the WBC belt. Brass corrupt. Bob pays him in pennies. Look, man, I'm trying to tell you, Terrence Crawford did the right thing, and guess what? Remember that Jay Stradamus told you this. Mauricio Sulaiman deciding to strip Terrence Crawford of that WBC belt, that title, it may be the beginning of a big downfall for the WBC. They opened up a lot of doors with that decision. So it was about pride. It was about now you gotta do what we say. And they feel like they're bigger than the fighter. Cool. You're the sanctioning body. But Mauricio Sulaiman has said it himself. The champions make the belts. So the moment you have, like, I'll give you an example. If you have a WBC champion vacate his title for an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford, y'all gonna be in trouble. Y'all gonna be in trouble if that happens. And it's possible. I'm just saying it's possible. If that happened, y'all are cooked faster than you normally would be. But this is gonna cause you problems. A lot of people have a different opinion of the WBC. A lot of people have, have already decided. God damn, what the fuck? God damn. A lot of people have already decided, you know what, I'm not gonna ignore them corrupt ways that they seem to be participating in. We ignore it all the time. We ignore all the little funny shit. We ignore Canelo, having Benavidez as his mandatory for 2 years. And, nah, the fight was never mandated. Canelo was never stripped, and he never had to fight Benavidez. Because as the WBC, you could do whatever you want over here. You family, Canelo. We want you to have that belt. So yes, in his case, he didn't have to fight Benavidez. He didn't have to get knocked out because that's what would have happened. For that part, Sulaiman didn't need to follow the rules. You see, normally they have rules for that. The WBC have rules where they say, "Yo, boom, y'all gotta fight. Y'all gotta fight by this day. Y'all don't fight by this. Y'all don't come agree to something. We're going to purse, but we gotta make." But that never happened with Canelo and Benavidez. They never mandated the fight. Benavidez was sitting there at number one, sitting there at number one, waiting, fighting more people, waiting. The WBC never once said, Canelo, you gotta fight Benavidez. Never did. How interesting. But Terrence Crawford, You gotta follow the rules. We stripping you. And yeah, we're gonna put Canelo in position to get that belt ASAP. Two people gonna fight for it, and Canelo gonna be the next one. So we'll get it back to him. Damn, yo, these people moving. They moving funny. They just. It seems like they couldn't wait to take that title off of Terrence Crawford. And that's it. That's what they did. They wanted to get it done. They wanted to get that title from him. They got it. But you guys already seen it. The first caller expressed it. Mauricio Sulaiman is the goofiest of the oofiest for pulling that move. Come on now, my people. Come on now, right there. If you're ready to be caller number two, if you're ready to express yourself about Mauricio Sulaiman, there you have it. J underscore Smith 134. Damn, I thought I was showing you the wrong one. J underscore Smith 134. My peoples, hit me up on DM. I'm gonna send you the link so you could jump on this live. Man, I gotta figure this out. I don't know why it don't allow me to type. I'm not allowed to type anything in this shit. Braska Rock, WBC weakened their position for real. I try to tell people, man, the WBC, they're gonna take a hit over this one. They're gonna take a nasty hit. I'm telling you, your title does not make the champion. It's the champions that make the title. Terrence Crawford, he didn't get diminished by you stripping him. We still universally recognize him as the 168 undisputed champion. So what you did was create a paper champion. Now somebody's gonna be a paper champion. And then whoever Canelo fights for that title is gonna be a paper title. Neither one of y'all beat Terrence Crawford, the reigning undisputed champion. So we'll just go ahead and put that out there. On Lace, salute my brother. Bam. We'll just go ahead and put that out there. My peoples, there you have it right there. Hit me up. I'll send you the link. You could jump in and say what you gotta say, your opinion. You know, Terrence Crawford have should he have paid that money up? Or is Mauricio Sulaiman, did he do the right thing? Hit me up on DM, my peoples. I'll send you the link and you can express yourself. There you have it. I myself feel like Mauricio Sulaiman is the goofiest of the oofiest. But that's just my opinion. That's just me. When I heard him saying that Terrence Crawford needed to apologize, I felt like punching him in the mouth. I felt like punching Mauricio Sulaiman right in the mouthpiece. Look at that face. That little smirk. Una trompa por boca y nariz. Age is 17, Sulaiman. It's a goofball. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, how you make a decision and not understand that it's gonna hurt you or for pride. Cause I'm telling you, ultimately, they may not see it right now, but it'll show up that it was a bad decision. It'll come up. And it's not a subject that's just gonna go away, that's just gonna disappear. You know why? Because he already said Terrence Crawford will not fight a WBC ranked fight. Okay, you got it. You got it. You want to pull off some mafia shit, you pay up or you won't. Okay, cool. Guess what? If Terrence Crawford fight Erisladis Lara for his WBA title, that WBC belt is gonna come up, and we're gonna talk about it again. About that funny ass move Sulaiman pulled off. If Terrence Crawford fight for one of the other titles that I'm guessing will be vacated, by Johnny Beck. So anytime Terrence Crawford fights for a 160 title, which is three of them, that WBC belt and that fiasco with Sulaiman is gonna come up. So that subject is gonna keep giving back. Sulaiman diminished his brand. Look, people don't understand that. And clearly Mauricio don't understand that. Oh, Mauricio, you just don't get it. You want to be the star. You want the WBC to be the we're the ones. But man, from one day to the next, I went to respecting your belt to see that shit as a trinket. That's what you gotta understand. That shit is a trinket to me. It ain't a trinket to a lot of people. F your belt. And I respect the fighters. If somebody fight and they get that in the ring, I respect them. That's a world champion. But y'all, as a sanctioning body, that mafia style um, organization or the way y'all run it, nah, y'all little by little you're getting more and more exposed. And what does that mean? That it's a downfall coming up. It's a downfall coming up. And when that downfall happens, when y'all become some little secondary bullshit that nobody gives a F about no more, surviving, when y'all become that, you'll remember when you decided to strip Terrence Crawford of that WBC title, because that's what kicked everything off. You've been getting away with everything. You've been doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Cool. Run amok. All that shit hoodwinked, bamboozled on everybody. But this move is going to start the downfall. Started the downfall. Watch the dominoes. Click, 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 click. Trying to tell you, my peoples, take my word for it. They're gonna pay for that. Agent 17 ain't nothing but a glorified toy belt. John Pound. But just built different. That's a fact. Terrence Crawford's a different type of fighter. And that's how you know that somebody is different. Why? Look at the mindset of most people. Everybody pays, you gotta pay. Everybody pays, you gotta pay too. Bunch of sheep. Look at you, bunch of sheep. You ain't never step out of the line in your whole life and be like, nah, that's not the way this shit go. Fuck out of here. I done that. You see, that's why I can identify with Terrence Crawford, my people. I've done that at many different levels, in many different walks of life. Everybody's trying to fuck out of here. Nah, that's not how I see it. I'm going this way. Do y'all over there. But people don't understand that. I just say one guy to blow the whole shit up and bring change. And that one guy could be the face of boxing. You think that it's impossible? People, oh, Crawford is not bigger than the sanctioning body. Guess what? The champions are bigger than the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning body is just an organization to put a belt around you. What are we talking about? The fighters are the ones. When you're watching people in the ring, you're not watching shit about the sanctioning body. You're watching two people giving all their talent. Sanctioning body don't put no talent into that. They just get money from it. MS, True J Smith. If this is how Mauricio puts down, humiliates and mistreats the pound for pound Terrence, What can any other fighter expect? Come on now. You can see the tactics. You either get in line, do what we say, or we're gonna block you completely out. You imagine that? You pay the money that we telling you to pay, or we're gonna block you out. Fine. Can't take my accomplishments. Can't take what I've done. But you did show the world that your ass is greedy. You're greedy. That's it. You expose yourself, Mauricio. Mauricio, the greedy one, Sulaiman. Diablo. Greedy ass mofo. Greedy. I think this is one of those situations where only so far, right? Only the people who don't like Terrence Crawford I've seen say that he gotta pay. That's it right there. The people who don't like Terrence Crawford. Age of 17. The fighters make the sanctioning bodies. Like 100 years ago, we didn't have most of the sanctioning bodies we have now. John Pound gonna pop off about it soon. I'm trying to tell you, my people. Come on now. Who makes the sport? The fighters. It's the fighters. John Pound can be boycotted out his position. Honestly, I don't think so. It's hard to do that because remember, this is a family business that was passed down by his pops. They pretty much own this shit. So I think that he's so embedded into his family's so embedded into the WBC that they'd rather see that shit go downhill than get him out of there. You see how he moved, how he talked, like just how he has this air of invincibility about him and shit. When I hear him talking, I want to punch him in the mouth just from hearing him talking. So I don't think so, bro. I think he's the type to stand there and fight it all the way until they belt turn into shit and nobody give a damn about it. But that's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna end up like a little secondary trinket over there. They're gonna end up with the what's that other weird ass title? There's some other weird ass I don't remember. WACWA, man, some other shit there. The WBC gonna end up with there over there with them. Age of 17. Sulaiman feels entitled to charge Crawford that much since he doesn't like him compared to Canelo. Knowing shit about boxing mind, Canelo's gonna knock Terrence Crawford out. This motherfucker never punched nobody in his life. Ever. So because of that, because of that, he thought Canelo was gonna knock him out and embarrass him. And what happened when Terrence Crawford did what he did to Canelo? Well, Mauricio the goofball Sulaiman couldn't wait enough to take that title from Bud. That's why he played hardball. That's why he did that. Nah, 300K or nothing. And then he got the balls to say, nah, because he didn't even apologize. Didn't even apologize. I want to put like my goofball. You are a goofball for that. For thinking that Terrence Crawford needs to apologize to your goofball ass because he didn't want to pay you 300K. Punch you in the mouth. Agent 17. Sulaiman definitely thought it was going to be a cakewalk to Canelo. But he didn't know Bo was that guy. A lot of people, myself included, didn't know at the time. but some of us can't accept it, like Sulaiman. But I always give flowers when they're due. I gotta tell you, man, a lot of people just cannot accept that Terrence Crawford is the guy. Sulaiman is one of them. He wants Canelo to be the guy badly. And the funny thing about this is, I don't know, he just said, nah, because we inclusive of everybody and we don't care where you from and all of this and that. And, he's been accused of being a racist and that preferential treatment for some Mexican fighters. I only name Canelo. But all I'm saying is he's the goofiest of the oofiest because he made a decision that ultimately is going to hurt them. It's going to hurt the WBC. You're not bigger than the boxers. You're not bigger than the fighters. They fight for the belt. But the only thing that has to happen is a few big name fighters lose interest in your belt and your ass is cooked. A few big name fighters start coming out saying, look, man, I don't give a damn about no WBC. Y'all could go after that. And people just, and fighters just decide, I don't care for that belt. I don't care about it. Your ass is cooked. And you're not going to be having that smirk that made me want to punch you in the mouth. John Parham, he looked like he do plastic surgery in Miami. Man, they stretched the shit out of his face. Age 17. Yes, he said that. But he definitely has some favoritism towards the fighters willing to fill in his pockets with no hesitation. Come on, man. Mauricio the goofball Sulaiman, the stretched up face Sulaiman, is corrupt as hell when it comes to how he running the WBC. Running that shit like a family business. I want to punch him in the mouth. Age of 17. Sulaiman looks like one of those doctors who gets caught pulling an illegal operation. Yo, facts, bro. He do look like one of them dudes. Stretched his face out a little bit too many times. Goofball. He a goofball. That's just the reality of it. And he think he could do whatever he want. My peoples, once again, come on now. Y'all expressing yourself. Agent 17 already called it in, said what he had to say about Mauricio Sulaiman. Who's going to be the next one on the spot? Hit me up on DM. I'm going to send you the link and say what you got to say. Listen, I want to see somebody call in and have Mauricio Sulaiman's side so I can see what you have to say about it. Like, what is your perspective? Because I know a lot of people say, yo, Crawford should have paid that dope. J underscore Smith underscore 134. My peoples hit my DMs. I'll send you the link and you can jump in. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. But regardless of what you say, I still want to punch him in the mouth. Look at that smirk. Stretched up ass face. They moving funny, my people. Y'all know they moving funny. That little family business they got going on over there and they decisions to keep Canelo as the guy. They decision that it gotta be Canelo to hold the title. Nah, man. What are we talking about? Why Canelo gotta hold the title? Come on now. Why people gotta give you more money than they gotta give everybody else? That's what it is. Mauricio Sulaiman thinks that he's bigger than the fighters. He wanna be he wanna be the face of boxing. Or he want the face of boxing to be down with the WBC. John Pound right in the kisser. Man, telling you, age of 17. Sulaiman gonna botch your surgery because you pay 300K. We charge other patients 100K. Yo, nah, look, I'm not gonna say that his surgery's botched, but face is kind of stretched up. I ain't gonna lie. Mauricio be smiling, face all stiff and shit. Title and never had to fight Benavidez when they was in the same division all that time. You a goofball. You is the goofiest because you move like this with Canelo Alvarez, but you move like that with Terrence Crawford. Come on, Mauricio. Damn, that's how you do it? That's karma. That's karma for you right there. That's your karma, right? That's your karma right there. Gotcha. Got your shit botched. You want to be robbing fighters? You want to be taking fighters' money? Look at your face. You got your shit botched. That's karma for you, my people. Oof. Damn, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Sulaiman is without a doubt the goofiest of the oofiest. Ladies and gentlemen, on this episode we have one caller thus far. Jump in, ages 17. Look, right there, my peoples. If you want to jump on this live, express yourself what you think about what Mauricio Sulaiman did, the decision that he made. Let it be known. Let it be known, my peoples. Hit me up on DM. I'll send you the link. You know, you can jump in, whether you could do it on camera, off camera, but it's about expressing yourself. The fans saying what they feel about this whole situation. That's all I'm saying, my peoples. Express yourselves. Botched. Ooh, age of 17. He's charging Crawford 300K because he lost 300K betting on Canelo. Man, listen, I can't even imagine. Trust me. It wasn't 300K that he bet on Canelo because Mauricio he got a lot of money. So the type of money that he bet on Canelo, man, listen, crazy money down the pipe, and he bet on a knockout. He bet on Canelo knocking him out. That's what make it more painful. So I understand you had Canelo winning it, but damn, you want to keep the belt in Mexico no matter what, huh? You want to keep Canelo the WBC champion no matter what. Even if Canelo get his ass whoop, you want him to be the champion in the division. You got it, Sulaiman. You got it, buddy. But karma will do you in. When if you move funny, karma is gonna do you in. So you know if your surgery get botched, have your face all stretched out, people want to punch you in the mouth. You earned that. West does it. Crawford owed Mauricio 300K and Bob Arum a house in Beverly Hills. Oh man, why you gotta have that type of hate for Terrence Crawford, man? Look, just think about it like this, Wes Dustin. When in this whole time that you've been following boxing, that you've been a fan of boxing, when the hell have you ever made an argument on behalf of Mauricio Goofball Sulaiman besides right now? Tell me of another time, another instance, because there's been more people who didn't pay fees. There's been more people who vacated. There's been more people who got stripped. Tell me another time when you was like, yo, nah, man, pay Mauricio Sulaiman his money. You owe him his money. Because, it seems like to me you guys only started siding with Sulaiman when Buzz Crawford started baiting up the guys you thought that was gonna beat him. As soon as he bait up Arrow, bait up Canelo, now y'all wanna side with Sulaiman. Cause I never seen nobody. West doesn't keep it 100. Has there ever been an instance when you sided with Sulaiman besides now? That's how much hate there is for Terrence Crawford. I'm making a joke. But even that joke, there's a lot of people that saying it for real. There's a lot of people that saying it for real, that they honestly feel that way. And it's like, damn, man, you really siding with this botched surgery, face having, goofballery mentality. Come on, man. And I just want to punch him in the mouth. Age is 17. And he owes Eddie a hand around. Man, listen, these sanctioning bodies, and I'm not gonna say these because everybody else took the money that Crawford offered. That's what shows, highlights that this dude is greedy. That's what highlights it. Everybody else took the money. Oh, you're special. You're different. You need more money than everybody else. Okay, okay, Mr. Corruption. Mr. My net worth is invisible, nobody knows. Mr. My pops was the president, and he passed the presidency down to me. This WBC shit is a family business. What are we doing? What are we doing? West doesn't giving Canelo a pass forever. Come on. How long Benavidez was number one at 168 and the fight was never mandated? Canelo kept his belt. Why you never mandated Canelo to fight Benavidez? Because you don't want him to get pummeled. You thought he was going to beat Crawford, and look what happens. You didn't give Crawford no opportunity. I love the way they framed it. Gave him an opportunity. He didn't even thank us. Nah, Mauricio. You didn't give Crawford no opportunity. You thought that he was going to get his ass whooped. You thought that he was going to get knocked out. You was giving him the opportunity to get knocked out. And he flipped the script on your goofy ass and beat up Canelo. So what you do, you take the title, now you want to put it in the same road that you're going to put Canelo on. Oh yeah, Canelo going to get a title shot. Canelo getting a title shot real soon. JJ Sendejas, what's up? You want that smoke? Let me know if you want that smoke, JJ. Hold on, my peoples. Let me see if JJ Sendejas want this action. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. West does it. I just think they should have negotiated behind the scenes. Marie, Oscar De La Hoya, also a hypocrite. He talking shit about Crawford not paying the fees, but he himself didn't pay them too long time ago in '02 or somewhere around there. This video I was gonna tell him I don't pay. See, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. That fighters will retire and forget that they lived it, that they did it too, and that they were on that same situation. But now you're a promoter, you're making money a different way. The sanctioning bodies is working side by side with you. Oh, now you want to play these games. Now you want to take sides and make it clear. John Parham, karma's a bitch. You're 100% right. You don't see that botched surgery? West does it. I just think, yeah, I agree with you on that. They should have negotiated behind the scenes, but once negotiations already broke down, like there really was no negotiations. West does it because basically the WBC said, "Listen, is this or nothing?" And when they did that, Crawford just never even responded to them. It's like, oh, all right, it's like that for. He just responded. So that's what prompted Mauricio Sulaiman to get mad, put out a video talking about he didn't even apologize. He wasn't grateful. Which that's the video that made me want to punch him in the mouth for the first time. Agent 17. They have to support Sulaiman because it's a smart move for business. And that's just the reality. Sulaiman is the guy that ranks their fighters and gives them title shots. Look, right now, Conor Ben is going to get a title shot from the winner of Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, one of Eddie Hearn's fighters. And that's earned. I'm not saying that's not earned because he won a big fight at 160. All I'm saying is that if you're a promoter, obviously you're going to side with the WBC. It would be catastrophic for you to go against them. Listen, if any of the main promoters says we're done with the WBC, they are cooked. Like that's gonna be a big step in their downfall. But with Terrence Crawford saying F your belt, all you need is a few big name fighters to do the same and they cooked. And people don't understand that. West does it. Crawford is bigger than the belts now. He already is. He doesn't need them. And they'll be the ones to lose from this. Crawford is not losing anything. When it comes to Crawford, this just made him a bigger topic of conversation because now everybody's talking about Terrence Crawford. Whether you agree with his actions of not paying or you disagree and you're saying, yeah, they had to strip him. Whatever your opinion is. But the boxing world is talking about Terrence Crawford. And we did not stop seeing him as undisputed because Mauricio decided to strip him. We just want to punch Mauricio in the mouth. That's it. That's really it. West Dustin, Benavides should do the same. I'm telling you, it just takes a few fighters to say, I don't give a damn about the WBC, and they cooked. Cooked. Because it's going to start it downhill where they're going to turn into a little small sanctioning body nobody going to give a damn about. Bad decision. My peoples, salute to everybody who tuned in to this episode of Goofiest of the Oofiest. There you have it. It's been a unanimous decision. Mauricio Sulaiman, according to everybody who tuned in to this episode of Goofiest of the Oofiest, happens to be the goofiest of the Oofiest. There you go. That's him right there. That's the guy. My peoples, y'all already know what it is, man. This was another episode of Goofiest of the Oofiest. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Jay Smith. I'm getting the hell out of here. See you guys tomorrow on Boxing for Breakfast at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. My people, tune in. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we do early in the morning. It's gonna be a healthy dosage of sweet science. Yo, the only caller of this episode of Goofiest of the Oofiest, the podcast, ages 17. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you calling in. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Bam. Peace.